be the oldest one that I have. 1900, around 1900.
I will be 70 in May, and I'd like to think it's the new 60 because I don't feel like retiring yet. I certainly don't. I'm Penny McCauley, and I own Penelope's Boutique, and we call ourselves Vintage Chic, Modern Flair.
So I remember that was red, bright red with a fox collar. You can kind of see that my outfit matches from head to bottom.
When I look back on my childhood and I look at old photographs, I realize that my mother, who was a very lovely woman who wore her clothes beautifully, had imparted that kind of sense of getting dressed with me. By the time I guess I was in my early teens, looking good, finding clothes that suited me and my personality became really important. And then when I started my first career as a folk singer, of course what you looked like when you walked on stage was really important. So I guess that's where my love of vintage started. When I moved into television production, I remember somebody at CTV said, "My God, Penny, one day you're wearing a business suit and the next you look like a hippie." After I left television, I kind of waffled back and forth and ended up working in a consignment store. I just fell in love with, the one-of-a-kind clothing. I owned a bricks and mortar shop in the north end of Halifax for 9 3/4 years until last October 2020, when the pandemic forced me as a business owner to close. So now I'm totally online here in my apartment.
I'm terrified of online, and I'm younger than Penny. My name is Kathy Hope, and I own Lady Luck Boutique in the Hydrostone Market in Halifax. So of course, when I bought the shop, it was a real change for me. And of course, you're investing your own money and you're making decisions. So I consulted with a number of people. One of the people that I spoke to was Penny, because I knew that she was someone who had also made a similar later in life change. Penny's store closing was quite gut-wrenching for many of us because she and I had stayed in touch through the pandemic, just sort of comparing notes and talking about how we could possibly make this work. So when Penny's store closed, we were all sad, very, very sad, because I think she was one of the first in this sort of immediate community to just say, this isn't going to work for me, I'm going to go online.
I brought half the shop home. So God loved my husband. He painted the wall over there, even as I was still in the shop. People would say, well, you're closing down, you're closing up, you're giving up. That really made me angry. I wasn't giving up. I said, I'm not giving up, I'm going to go online. So I have. I guess there's the addiction, there's the passion.
Penny was starting what she calls Penelope's Models, group of women, very different looks, different hair colors, different ethnicities, different body shapes, just trying on her clothes. And that's what she would use to market. I thought it was brilliant.
If it fits Elizabeth, what I think I'll do is just take the wall walk with her.
It does look fabulous.
It's kind of like a little mini runway, and so they just come up and you get to see how the clothes move.
And then I would just maybe carry on.
Usually in the morning I decide what I'm going to post that day, so I go through all my pictures and the models and everything probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks and decide what I'm going to feature. I check my emails and see the results of my posts from the previous day. I'm still learning all the taglines for people to find what you're selling.
The fact that she is ready to do this kind of a pivot at this point in her career, I'm just in awe.
That's not a customer, that's Penny.
The thing that Penny really did for me was remind me that you are never too old to wear leopard boots. You are never too old to start again. You are never too old to learn something new, and that you can have several acts in your life.
The online business for Penelope's Boutique is still sustainable, but it's slow. Even though I might be the new 60, I have a limited future in running a shop and running a business. So when I look back, as much as it hurts and as much as I miss it, I know that I made the right decision.